wide from left wing tip to right wing tip. They arrive at over 400 miles per hour. They pull up at 4G and collapse into 8 Arrow. The smoke comes off and they'll reach a height of about 5,500 to 6,000 feet before Red 1 brings them back down to their minimum display height. Red 1 twists the team to the left. Red 1 this year is squad leader Tom Bowen as the smoke comes on for the 8 Arrow present. Keep your eye on the team for a dynamic shape change. As Red 7-8 perform a rollback and change the shape from 8 Arrow into Vixen. As Red 1 brings team round to the right, you can see it's in Vixen formation. Of course, if we were a 9 ship, we'd now be in our trademark Diamond 9 with number 9 at the back. However, for 2023, we are only an 8 ship, and that is down to the fact we can only train 3 new pilots safely with the correct level of supervision each year, and simply the maths didn't work out for this year. However, the Vixen, roll! As the team roll to left on the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Rich Walker. Rich is in his first year on the team. He's an extremely experienced pilot, having flown operations on both the Harrier and the Typhoon, as well as being a qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark II. As I said, 8 pilots in the display this year. Once again, Red 1 pulls them up at over 400 miles per hour and 4G. They reach a height of over 5,500 feet and the aircraft now starting to slow to approximately 110 to 120 miles per hour, which means that the controls of the aircraft are a lot less effective. Conversely, as the aircraft starts to descend, they now increase speed through 200, 300, back to that 400 miles per hour, where the controls are a lot more effective, making the pilots work even more harder as they come around to the left for the Apollo present. On the left of Red 1 is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Tom Hansford. Tom is in his first year on the team. He's a former Typhoon pilot and qualified weapons instructor on the Typhoon, which meant that he would teach weapon technical information and all frontline tactics to the entire Typhoon force. Reds 2 and 3, smoke comes on as the entire centre section makes their way rearwards to the second of our space-themed shapes. We had the Apollo from the Apollo space missions, and now they've moved into Eagle from the Eagle lunar landing craft. And you can see Reds 4 and 5 all the way back at the formation, which makes it extremely difficult for them as we take all our formation references from Red 1, not necessarily the closest aircraft to you. As the smoke comes on for the Eagle present. As the Royal Air Force acknowledges that space plays an important part in future military operations. And in 2021, UK Space Command was formed. And UK Space Command reached its initial operating capability in 2022. Reds 4 and 5 now smoke as they make their way forward to sit alongside Reds 2 and 3 and Reds 7 and 8 in trail. And in May 2023, the Royal Air Force celebrated the 80th anniversary of Op Chastise. That is the most famous mission in World War II to take out the dams in the Ruhr Valley in Germany, which, of course, was carried out by the world-famous 617, the Dam Buster Squadron. Once again, get your cameras ready for the lightning roll. And as the team roll to the left on the far right-hand side, uppermost is Red 4. That's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Ollie is also in his first year on the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot and flying instructor on the Hawk Team Mark II. His opposite number, smoking on the left, is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. The team are now in Signet. You hear that transmission with Red 1 giving the commands to the rest of the team. 7 and 8, roll, go, and the aboard call is made by Red 8 as both Red 7 and 8 roll around the rest of the formation. But of course, Red 1 doesn't want to make it too easy for the rest of the team, so watch for the colour change. As the red and the blue come on, he bends round to the right and makes the job even more difficult for both Red 7 and 8. You may be able to see in the front section of aircraft, those aircraft are flying with their air brake out. That's a small door at the base of the aircraft towards the back. This means those pilots are now flying with a higher throttle setting. And it means a whole team from a 7 to a 9 and also are forming our trademark Diamond 9. However, look directly to your front for the start of the second half. Get your cameras ready. This is the detonator. On the Typhoon and qualified flight instructor on the Hawk Team Mark I. Each of those aircraft now dive to only 100 feet above the sea. They've got a closing speed of over 800 miles per hour as they look to pass within only 100 feet of each other. Each aircraft... As the synchro pair lead directly to our front, look to your right. And if you look to your left, far in the distance, you see a small trail of red. The smoke comes on as Enid put themselves in it. Red 1 gathers the rest of Enid and this formation bend around to the left. Underneath the aircraft, you might be able to see a small fuel tank. It's actually the smoke pod. That smoke pod is capable of producing 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke, and 1 minute of blue smoke. And each of those colours is selectable by its own individual button on the pilot's control column. And the smoke plan is carefully choreographed between Red 1 and Red 6 in winter training to ensure that we have air running back in with Red 7 in trail on Red 6. Get your cameras ready. They split. The red smoke comes on for the wonderful, world famous synchro hawk. Keep your eye to the high left-hand side as Red 8 comes in and spears the hawk. Give Hannah Formation a massive round of applause for a wonderful hawk over the skies. In a manoeuvre called the Python. As I said earlier, there are 10 pilots on the Red Arrows. However, the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. There are over 140 personnel on the squadron, over 130 of them are the support personnel. They are the engineers, the administrators, the DI team, the public relations, and they are known as the Blues, named due to the colour of their flying coveralls. And a number of the Blues are here today at the public relations tent, so please pop along and say hello. Within those Blues there are 10 individuals who get to fly in between our displays when we cannot take the full engineering complement. They are known as Circus. One individual with me at every display is Circus 10. That's Corporal Phil Dye. He's on the beach in front of me, filming the display purpose for just debrief and safety. An 800 miles per hour closing speed. Each aircraft performs a 360-degree aileron roll. 6G means everything about them is now weighing 5 to 6 times heavier than what you and I are as we stand on the ground. They reach a height of over 2,500 feet. They're now 60 degrees inverted on the way down, trying to recapture that 100 feet as they complete the manoeuvre called Boomerang. Looks far in the distance now. You can see Enid in the distance, the white. They roll to the right. Get yourselves ready for the Enid vertical brake. The show's still not over. Look to your far right. 6 rolls inverted. And he calls for red 7-8 to roll in the corkscrew. Smoking blue is red 7. Flight Lieutenant Stu Roberts. He was in his second year in the team. He was red 2 last year and has flown Typhoon on operational service. Red 8, smoking red, is Flight Lieutenant David Simmons, known as Simo. Former Tornado GR4 pilot, when he flew the roll demo. 2 and 3 roll go as 2 and 3 roll around the outside.
Clear. Go.
Clear go as reds 4 and 5 rolling on the outside in one of the hardest manoeuvres for new pilots each year to master. This is rollbacks. The motto of the Red Arrows is the clap, which means excellence. And that means everyone on the squadron from the very bottom to the very top is striving for excellence in everything that we do. However, we're also aware that we are guardians of that motto for only 3 to 5 years, and therefore we try to leave the squadron in a better place from where we found it. However, look directly to your front. Once again, you've got 7-8 roll go. The blue smoke comes on as red 7-8 roll around 6. Once again, get your cameras ready for the Hannah Vortex break. Keep your eye on the synchro once again. They're up at their perch about 1,000 feet. They'll dive down for their final manoeuvre of the show. Fly for their final manoeuvre of the show. This is crossbow. Symbol in the sky for the infinity break. However, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honour, it's been a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2023 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrow! Puts his smoke on, he'll gather the rest of the formation and take them back to Prestwick Airport. It's not that far to Prestwick. The team will do what's called a magnum break to land. So if you watch in the direction of Prestwick Airport, they'll go into formation, they'll do a loop.